When they think of that show, others love it. But the reality is today we are starting a brand new series called Reasonable Doubt. And we're going to be taking the next 4 weeks and just to look at what does, what our faith and the questions that people have and what's the reality of those. And today, for example, we're looking at, is it reasonable to believe that God exists?
Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Begin.
Please state your name and spell your last name for the record.
John Rydell, Riddell.
Mr. Rydell, where were you on the night of October 14th, 2007?
I was on my way to a gathering in Hartfield.
So you were in your car driving during the incident in question?
No, I had stopped.
And where had you stopped?
In front of a Quick Mart.
And what was your reason behind stopping at the Quick Mart that night?
I just felt like I needed to stop.
You felt like you needed to stop. Were you sick? In need of help?
No.
Then please explain to the court this feeling that came over you.
I felt God was telling me to stop.
I'm sorry, you audibly heard God tell you to stop?
Well, it wasn't an audible voice, but I could understand what was being said to me.
Well, what exactly were these voices saying to you?
Objection, Your Honor. She's badgering the witness.
Is this going somewhere, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then get to the point, please.
Okay, Mr. Rydell, tell me a little bit more about the voices you heard speaking to you.
Well, again, these weren't voices. It was just God telling me to be still and watch.
I see. Do you suffer from hallucinations?
No.
Have you ever been treated for any kind of mental illness?
No.
And yet you believe it was the voice of God speaking to you that night,
Yes.
telling you not to move so that you could witness a triple homicide.
Well, I didn't know why I was supposed to stop, just that I was supposed to stay where I was.
Well, I guess it was your lucky day. Your God of compassion had you sit and watch 3 people get murdered.
Objection. Circumstances leading the witness to be present in the store have no relevance.
Counselor?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Mr. Rydell, are you aware of the defendant's mental state?
Yes, I read that he suffers from delusions.
Can you explain to the court how the voice that you hear has any more validity than the voice that he hears?
I can't explain it.
Well, according to your own testimony, Mr. Rydell, the voice of God told you to stop and you stopped. Now, how is this any different than the defendant hearing a voice, telling him to do something, and then following? Do you always follow this voice of God that you hear?
When I have confirmation it's him leading me, then yes, I try.
Does it ever go against what others are telling you is right?
Okay, Your Honor, the prosecution has no medical expertise to make such an allegation against this witness.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'll withdraw. So, Mr. Rydell, by hearing the voice of God, can we assume you're a religious person?
I'm a follower of Christ, yes.
What does it mean to you to be a follower?
I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and I try to conform to his likeness.
A personal relationship. So you talk much, hang out together?
I speak with him as a friend because that's what he is.
So you shoot the breeze, talk about sports, maybe the crime rate?
Objection, Your Honor. Over 200 million people in this country claim to be a Christian. Why is the prosecution singling out this witness to question the validity of that claim?
Counselor, I strongly suggest you wrap it up and get to your point soon.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Rydell, you have a personal relationship with a guy you cannot see or audibly hear. So how do you know he exists?
Because I just do.
Is your friend in this room right now?
He's always with me.
Your Honor, permission to dismiss Mr. Rydell on the grounds of mental instability.
I'm not crazy.
Really? You do seem to meet the definition.
Well, maybe you're crazy for not believing.
Your Honor, permission to treat Mr. Rydell as a hostile witness.
Objection, Your Honor. The prosecution is making a mockery of this case.
I'm not crazy.
ridiculous.
Counselor!
Christianity is not on trial.
We shouldn't even be debating
The
this.
forces leading Mr. Rydell to be present
I
at the
just
store
pulled him
have
out of
no
the water. You
relevance.
have no
I'm not
witness.
crazy.
Will you please take a stance on this, Your Honor?
Crazy.
You
Order!
control this trial.
Order in the court!